Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight we're going to play with strings. We're going to be more efficient as developers, and we are going to have a lot of fun. So we have this spring. So first of all, the problem that we're going to solve tonight is that we want to pad numbers. So you probably know in the old days when you had to pay your bills, then you had these weird cards that you would type in your mobile bank. So it could be something like with a lot of zeros in front, and then you would have some number, and they would always have to have the same length like this. So let us create a method that can actually do this for us. And it sounds like it's easy. It is also easy, but there are multiple ways of actually solving this, and we will get some help while we do this. So first of all, this is a Spring Boot project, so I've used IntelliJ to create it. I pressed File, New, Project right here, and then I chose the Spring Initializer, and I chose Gradle, and I chose the latest and greatest. No, actually, yeah, Java 23, and I also said that we want to be compliant with and compile to Java 23. Then I pressed Next right here. I added the web module. I added Lombok right here, and I also added H2 right there, and I also added the APA just because I want to use this project for some other demos as well. But let's get started. This is the project right here, and I've already created a zero padding service, and it's right here. So this zero padding service, it has an annotation service and add SL4J. SL4J, then we can log something if we want to. Then we can say that the result equal to this, and then we can log info this out, and then we can say, hey, the result is, and then we make these curly brackets, and then we say result. And okay, so why did I create this method like this? So first of all, this is just the first idea you probably get as a developer. That is to take the length of a string, or the total length that we always want as a parameter. And then we take the string that we want to pad, of course. And then we add some padding like this with an old-fashioned for int I equal to. This is where we can optimize in just a couple of minutes. So here we are creating a new string where we're adding some padding. This is the padding in front of the number. So here we're adding zeros until we reach the right number of zeros, So when we add the pad, including the original string, then we'll get the desired string length. So this is the result. Here the result is for input. Then we can also add the input, the string to pad with a total length of. And again, we use the built-in SL4J templating right here. And then we say length of string like this. Okay, so now we get some log output. So, okay, how do we create a test? First of all, you go to the end of the service name right here, press Alt Insert in IntelliJ. Then you can press test right here. I've already created it, so it should actually just jump to the tests, but you just take off the method. Then you press OK. Now it will actually say that we already have an existing test right here. Please, do you want to update? No, we do not want to do that because I've prepared this test already. So first of all, you don't want to annotate this as a Spring Boot test because we do not need the Spring context in this situation right here. We don't want to wait for the whole web context and the whole Spring Boot context to be started and filled out. You know that the Spring Boot context is not something weird and magical. It's just a bucket with all of your services and all of your beans that you want to be available when you're running a Spring Boot application. In this situation, we just want it to be a regular JUnit 5 test. I can see that it's a JUnit 5 test because Jupiter. It says Jupiter in the package name. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the sun. That is why they chose that one. So this is a JUnit 5 test. And what I've done right here, I have my string that I want to pad, and then I have the total length right here. Then I'm using the zero padding service, which I'm setting right here. I'm not wiring it in as we usually do when we are playing around with Spring Boot test. I'm actually just initializing it manually up here. And then we have the result right here. run 0 pad with the total length right here of 30. And then we, and then we have the string itself right here. And then we assert that it has the same size right here, and we also assert that it is actually equal to the string right here. We get some warnings on the way, and that is exactly what we want to. That's exactly what we want to target. That is what we want to change. We want to be better developers, right? That is why we're doing this. We're not playing. We're not playing with strings just for fun, even though it is fun, of course. So let us just run it. Control Shift F10 if you don't want to use a mouse, or you can also press, of course, the play button right here. We have a green test already. That is really cool, and we also get some output right here. We get the log output. Hey, the result is, and then we get the padded string with a lot of zeros in front. Let us just check right here. If I paste it out here, in the bottom of IntelliJ, then you can actually see how many characters you have selected right here. You can see it says 30 characters. Okay, I'm actually shading for that right now, but it says 30 characters. Believe me, in the bottom I have the mouse right here. You have to believe me on that one. Of course I could also move my face a little bit, but you just believe me. Or you could count it afterwards if you really feel like it. I'll push this project to GitLab, to GitHub as usual, so you can just find it right there, and it's available for cloning and download. Okay, so now let us try to look at what is wrong right here. First of all, in our test, we get a warning right here. So let us solve the warnings. It says join these multiple assertion subject into one chain. Actually, we did not need. Of course, when we have an equal is equal to down here, then of course we do not need a hash size up here. Now we're going to leave it anyway, just for fun, because then we can press Alt Enter, and Alt Enter. Let us just see here, right here. We can chain them. So instead of having multiple, then we can just chain them like this. I hope that I could just press Alt Enter and then SonarLint would fix this for me. I've installed SonarLint, so I get a lot of warnings on a lot of bad practices. Let us see what is wrong right here. Field may be final. Okay, make it final. So some of the help that you see is from IntelliJ, and some of the help is from SonarLint. If you're not using SonarLint, definitely try it out and see if it's something for you. You will become a much better developer when you're playing around with that. Now we do not have any warnings at all. We do not have any yellow marks in the right side. So we're very happy. We feel very smart, or at least smarter when we start than when we started. Now let's go to the padding method itself. So what is wrong right here? We get a big fat warning right here that this is wrong. We could use a string build. We could use a string builder instead. Then let us do that. Let us do what IntelliJ actually said. Now we have a string builder instead right here, and we say append. But this is also not good. What is wrong now? Okay. Replace with repeat. Okay. There's something named string repeat. How ingenious. How smart. How interesting. Let us just say replace with repeat. Okay. That is quite cool. Append. And now we create the string right here with 0. And then we say dot repeat. You probably have never used this method ever, I would guess. But you can actually use it to something like this. If you have a string where you want to repeat the string multiple times, then you can do that. Then we have a math_max function or method. Yeah, it's a static method right here, right? So, but it's quite. This is really awesome. This math_max. It can be used to a lot of things. In this situation, it will take the maximum value of 0 or length of string, and then it will subtract the length of what we are feeding in right here. So that means that if it means that if we want 40 characters and we already have 4 numbers, then this one number will be 36, and then because this is larger than 0, then 36 will be used. Of course, if the string that we are feeding it in with is like 70 characters long, then of course we will get a negative number when we subtract these two numbers right here, and that is why we need the math_max, and then we will get 0 instead, and then we will not append any zeros at all. So that is an awesome and really concise line that we have right here. Much better code than it was just a minute ago. Now it was pretty before because I made it, of course, but now it's beautiful, very, very beautiful. Let us just enjoy it for 1 second. more, I'll just mark it once again with my cursor like this because it is so beautiful. Yes, it is okay to come with a small applause here. It is very nice. So, okay, so what happened here? Now we have another warning. That is because we have the string builder pad right here. We do not need this, do we? We could now convert it into a string instead. Now it says string builder pad can be replaced with strings. Okay, but you just told me that I needed a string builder. Yeah, but that was before you converted into and used the repeat method, Mike. Okay, so then let us do that instead. You're the boss, IntelliJ, right? Replace string builder with string, like this. And we just saved another line. Now we have one line right here that says result equal to, and then repeat a number of times. And then we add the string that should be 0 padded. This is very, very beautiful, and it's it gets prettier every time we make it shorter, right? That is not the case always. Of course, it also needs to be readable. So in this situation right here, it is quite readable because you can actually see it's plain English, right? You have a 0 string. You have a string with zeros right here, and then you repeat that a number of times, and this is a common way to protect against a negative number. That is why we use math.max. Then we can protect against negative number. So the lowest number we can ever get is 0. And then we have the original string right here. Let us run a test just to make sure that whatever we did still works, that our test and our expectations are still fulfilled. Yes, we are very, very happy. Here we can see this is the result for the input, which is right there. And we have the length right here. That is awesome. That is awesome. Just for fun, let us just see a lot of zeros. Now we will say 3,000. What will happen? Will it still work? Of course, now our expectation is wrong because look at this long string right here. Yes, it's a beautiful long string, but we will just undo this and then run it again. That is all I had tonight. It was just this little. What I actually wanted to show you was that on a string you can call repeat a number of times, and you can use it like this. I also want to show you that with IntelliJ and with Sonar Lint, if you don't have the plugin, then you press Ctrl-Alt-S right here. Plugin. Then you can look for Sonar Lint. If you don't have it, then you press Marketplace, and then you can install it, and it just gives you so much help, and it gives you a lot of value. Yes, and you can also, of course, you can connect it with Sonar Cube. I think they have a paid version, and then you have a free version also. But it's quite cool. So that is what I wanted to show you. The string method repeat and Sonar Lint, and how IntelliJ can help you become smarter and more efficient developer. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great evening. And thank you for all of your comments. They always make me in a good mood. So bye-bye. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.